These are the aspen pieces that we cut down to the log and got them cut up yesterday. Jim did all that snow shoveling, and these were really well buried, but good below zero morning. Be a good time to get them split up. So I'll bring the little red sled over and I'll haul them over closer to the woodshed so we can split them and pitch them right next to the shed where they go. We got company coming later today. Company, yeah, guests coming in. So we figure we ought to probably do for a bath. So Jim's in taking his bath now and getting changed, and I'm gonna split wood for a while, and then I'll go in and he can stack the wood while I get cleaned up. He said yesterday he's starting to stink, but I think maybe he was more of a hint to me. Need to be careful. I don't want to drop them on there and crack my sled in these cold temperatures. Must be a knot right here. We'll work around it. Try the other end up. And there's a knot that was giving me so much trouble. We're doing this here because putting the woodshed right there, haul the sled that far. If I hit it right, I can get it right in the woodshed for Jim. Oh, ricochet. see what this piece has to offer for resistance. Nice start. Sometimes when I can, I like to leave nice square pieces like that because slide them into the stove with another one alongside for a nice overnighter. Burns a long time. The small stuff pitches in the daytime. You know it is cold when Martin's got gloves and a hat on. Piece looks a little knotty, so it's gonna probably not go as easy as the others. Like I say, I knew there was a knot. Two of them, one on each side. Gonna complicate matters. I don't usually go down the middle like that, but with the knots in the edges, I had to compromise. Wow. I was looking for any advantage, and when I split it down the middle, then I noticed there's this little seam here, so that's what I worked on, and at one whack, open that up. So I'll be able to finish it off by using a weak point. I always play around. I tip this one upside down because the knot's down there and the wedge up here I'll maybe be able to enter, and it'll already be splitting apart before it gets to the tough spot. So. Gotta love a good knot. Three in a row, right in the woodshed. Whoa, four. Even left-handed. I was ready to go and take my bath, and I heard this pecking out here, and I couldn't pass that up, so I came over to check it out. And this is a very hard to find northern woodpecker, called a northern three-toed woodpecker. I'm looking here, and it looks like if you see the yellow on the front of the forehead, that means it's a male northern three-toed woodpecker. Sometimes, some winters, no one in Minnesota even spots one of these. I feel they nest here in the forest someplace, but for the most part they probably move down in the wintertime. If you look at his back, that's why I really know it's not just a blackback woodpecker, because you see the striping on the back, the lighter colored barring. If it was a blackback woodpecker, that would be solid glossy back, and it would be a little bit bigger woodpecker too. It'd look more like a hairy. These woodpeckers, they like to find a dead tree. That's what they prefer, or dying, old. And then they're just flecking the bark off a little bit at a time, looking for things. They don't really hammer deep into the wood like a hairy woodpecker might. So usually when you hear it, it's just this light pecking, pecking, pecking. Trying to get a bath in, and these good birds keep showing up. Yeah. Had that pathway shoveled a few days ago out to the spruce grouse grit station, and sitting and got my hair all sudded up, and I got a spruce grouse too. 5 minutes after the northern three-toed woodpecker. Good bath always feels good. Get the hair washed and get all cleaned up, and I always get a bath or two in during the week. And then one thing we've been keeping around is disinfecting just these wipes and Sometimes you just kind of clean yourself off. Takes care of the job for a day or two, but nothing beats a hot sponge bath. Heat the water up on the stoves. Put the clean water here. This is our dedicated wash pan, so we don't do dishes in it. Got the soft soap. Use a mug to get your homemade shower. And we're all fresh and good. Ready for company. Don't want to drive them away.
We brought water. Thank you, though. I'm gonna sit
So Nick, Nick, you are enjoying one of Vonnie's world famous cherry pies. Now, many people in the world are envying you right now because they've heard about them. We can find no way to ship them, so that's all you can do.
What do you think, Nick?
Wonderful.
You're going to be on YouTube.
Nick was bound determined to feed those birds out there, but for some reason they'd fly in, they flew around, and they just kept avoiding him like that. They'd come close, but no cigar. After a while, I realized that from a bird's vantage point, it looked like he had a bobcat sitting on top of his head. There's no way they were going to come in and get anything near that fur ball. After realizing that, Nick took his hat off, but I think by that time the damage had been done, and those Canada jays and red-breasted nuthatches and chickadee, they weren't going to come anywhere near that predator. It had been a long walk in. Jenny was happy when I said I could provide some Uber service most of the way back out to her vehicle. We got some extra padding out and we got things laid out. 3 miles all the way out. I didn't know if I could get her all the way out, but she was game. We tried. Things went really well for 2 miles, but as we entered the 3rd mile, Jim and I hadn't really got that part of the track packed down very much, so the Snowdog bogged down. So I turned the Snowdog around and parked it, and then Jenny walked on out to her vehicle, and I took a trip on out and got a few more supplies, and picked up the Snowdog on the way back in, and then as I was coming back toward the cabin, I came across a hitchhiker, and he got on and rode part way back too. Hitchhiker Jim didn't miss a beat. As soon as we got going, he got his camera out. Got us some pretty good footage to end our series with. I didn't miss a beat either. When I got on some open stretches, I kind of opened that old Snowdog up and give Jim a little thrill as those trees were going by like a picket fence. duck. Martin, duck, duck.